Hi guys, my name's Percy and this is F1 Fan TV. So I'll be doing my midweek review of the F1 2017 Melbourne Grand Prix that happened on Sunday. So starting off, my rating for the race was a 6 out of 10, and that's nothing to do with Melbourne, that was just to do with the race itself. Most of it was the hype. I was expecting a lot of passing, but there wasn't much. There was only two instances, and that was Daniel Ricciardo, Stoffel Van Dorn, and Ocon, Hulkenberg, and Alonso at the start-finish straight, going and heading to turn one. So that's why I gave it 6 out of 10. And yeah, it just was kind of cars following each other, and only almost half the grid finished. Really, 13 cars. So that was really disappointing for me. As far as records, Michael Schumacher's race record of a 124.125 in 2004 still stands, but Sebastian's record was broken of the overall fastest lap by Lewis Hamilton in qualifying 3 of a 122.128, or was it 188? I'm not sure, can't remember 100%. But going on the race weekend with the results. So in first was Sebastian Vettel. Second, Lewis Hamilton. Third, Valtteri Bottas. Fourth, Kimi Raikkonen. Fifth, Max Verstappen. Sixth, Felipe Massa. Seventh, Sergio Perez. Eighth, Carlos Sainz. Ninth, Daniel Kvyat. 10th, Esteban Ocon. 11th, Nico Hulkenberg. 12th, Antonio Giovinazzi. And finally 13th, Stoffel Van Dorn. And with those retired were Fernando Alonso, Kevin Magnussen, Lance Stroll, Daniel Ricciardo, Marcus Ericsson, Jolyon Palmer, and Romain Grosjean. So with that said, we're starting off with the Ferraris. And surprise, surprise, Mercedes aren't dominating anymore, which for me is fantastic, even though I am a Lewis Hamilton fan. But with cars, I'm a Ferrari fan. Always have been and always will be. So let's start off with Sebastian Vettel. Fantastic race for him. 10 out of 10. Did nothing wrong. Didn't hear him on the radio. Absolutely quiet. Kept up with Lewis Hamilton during the first stint, and then once Lewis Hamilton pitted, off he went and won the race. Perfection from him, really. And also, it was just a little special moment for me, for him just emanating my hero, Michael Schumacher. Especially him, we all know after the accident and everything. And just to see Sebastian in Ferrari and winning that weekend with the German national anthem and Italian national anthem, and that was just a special moment for me, and I was just glad to see him win. I'm also hoping, before I get on to Kimi Raikkonen, to see a lot more battles, especially between him and him and Lewis Hamilton. So yeah, Kimi Raikkonen on the other hand, quiet race for him, not much going on. He was almost caught up by Max Verstappen near the end, and it just wasn't a great race for him, really. I mean, he didn't do anything wrong, but he didn't do anything right. So from him, we'll go on to the Mercedes. And Hamilton had a great race, really. He didn't win, where he should have. And that's for multiple reasons. I guess first, his tyres. For him, the tyres weren't great. And also being stuck by Max Verstappen after he came out of the pits caused him to lose much more time. And he seemed to struggle behind Max Verstappen. Whether that's due to their car not being able to follow, or that's just Lewis Hamilton, only time will tell. But I think most likely is the Mercedes car struggling behind other cars, because we didn't see that with Ferrari, especially Sebastian Vettel behind Lewis Hamilton. But he did break 2 records that day. His first record was 105 podiums, which puts him in 3rd, and 1 podium place behind all-time records, or second all-time record, Alain Prost, with the first being Michael Schumacher, as we all know. And he is now also second with the most laps led of 3,000 behind Michael Schumacher. And then let's go on to Valtteri Bottas. For him, fantastic race. His 10th podium overall, and his first podium for Mercedes. I'm expecting a lot more from him in the next coming races, and especially to see him to get more comfortable in the Mercedes team and garage. So he had a great race, and for him, I'll give him a 9 out of 10. Oh yeah, and he was also catching up to Lewis Hamilton, so I just wished it was more intense. I mean, would love to see Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas going at it, but only time will tell, and there's plenty of more races for that to happen. Red Bull, let's start off with Max Verstappen. He had a really quiet race, really. I understood the end when he was catching up to Kimi Raikkonen. I just feel like Red Bull have just got a lot more to show. Guess they've got a few issues to sort out with their car, but time will tell. Daniel Ricciardo, just a terrible weekend for him. Just feel absolutely sorry for him, really. I mean, qualifying was terrible. And then the 10th place grid penalty for the gearbox issue he had in qualifying. Coming up to the race, hasn't even started yet, and he has an issue, so he has to go to the pits. Then he's 2 laps down, and then he gets out, doing great, passes Stoffel Van Dorn, then he would need to pass him again to overtake him for that place, and something cuts out. And I feel sorry for him. I mean, it's your home Grand Prix, and not only that, it's your first race of the season, and everything just went on. But I want to see him strong again in China and back smiling, and hopefully he may be on the podium with a Shui. But I really wouldn't want to see that again. So, yeah, let's go on to the mid-tier teams of Force India, Sauber, Renault, and Williams. So we start off with Williams. Let's start off with Lance Stroll first. Don't know what to say for him, really. I feel like he's struggling a little bit. A lot. And I know that's because he's from GP3 and inexperienced. But hopefully those nerves will pass and we'll get to see him racing. Unfortunately for him, he retired. I can't remember what lap. But yeah, Felipe Massa out of retirement. Again, well, out of retirement, not again, out of retirement and back into F1 and a really short winter holiday. But yeah, he did fantastic, I think. The fastest of the Tier 2 teams, but not really close with the top 3 teams of Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull. But hopefully they'll start catching up. From then on, Force India, they're looking really good, especially in their pink racing car and suits. Well, it's not really pink, but yeah, looking strong this year. Hope to see them much more closer with the Williams. And so Sergio Perez, he was 7th, and his teammate Esteban Ocon from, I think he's from, where's he from again? Can't remember. Manor, there we go, was 10th. They had a good weekend. Esteban Ocon, especially being new to Force India, I feel like he did really well. Got that last 1 point for the top 10, especially him passing Alonso and Hulkenberg at the start-finish straight. I thought that was absolutely amazing and the highlight of the race. He did well. Sergio Perez, he did great. He's looking good, looking strong. Hope to see him up closer with the Williams in China. Sauber, the 25th anniversary. Where did they come? Well, 12th for Antonio Giovinazzi, and unfortunately Marcus Ericsson retired because of Magnussen hitting him at turn 3 on lap 1. And for me, I guess man of the match as well was Antonio Giovinazzi, especially stepping up for Pascal Wehrlein. I thought he did fantastic, and I hope to see him in F1 permanently one day and with a better team and see what he can do. And on to the Renault. So Nico Hulkenberg finished in 11th, and Johnny Palmer retired. So Nico Hulkenberg, behind his former team Force India, and especially him rocking them being pink, is not looking good in the bumblebee of Renault. I was hoping for them to be up there closer with the likes of Force India and Williams, but it seems like they're not. But only time will tell, and we have to wait for China to see what the teams are really made of. So hopefully in China they'll be up there. Jody Palmer, on the other hand, had a terrible weekend for him. Qualifying wasn't so good. Practice wasn't good, and the race wasn't good. Had an issue with his brakes, and so yeah. Going on to Toro Rosso, really quiet weekend for Carlos Sainz and Daniel Kvyat, both finished 8th and 9th respectively. They had a good weekend, really quiet. Didn't see them much, so there's not much to say, but still the best looking car on the grid, and hopefully they'll be back strong in, or keep their performance up in China. So here's the crash between Haas of Magnussen and the Sauber of Marcus Ericsson at turn 3. So before we start talking about Haas, we're talking about the McLarens. And yes, the Honda engine isn't great, but that wasn't the issue in the race weekend, but has been an issue since winter testing, or since they joined up with Honda, really. Will they have a Mercedes engines? I hope they do. I mean, they need to, because it's just not working out, really. And to see them have it will be so much more better, to see McLaren back again racing and not being backmarkers. It's just weird to see them winning in 2008 and now in 2017, 9 years down the line. They're just not performing. So Alonso had to retire with a car leaning. I think that was a suspension issue. And last of all the running cars was Stoffel van Dorn. The rookie's looking good. I feel like he's looking good. I mean, he can only do so much with such a slow car. So yeah, that happened. And on the final car is the Haas. So, like I said again, Magnussen crashed into Marcus Ericsson, so that happened. I think later on he had an issue and had to retire, I'm not sure. But Romain Grosjean was one of the first cars to retire on lap 15, I presume, with an engine issue, and he was looking strong. The Haas, again this year, from the start of the year, is looking strong. What will happen near the end of the year, only time will tell. But hopefully they'll get some points in China, and I'd love to see them in that mid-battle with Force India and Williams, and Toro Rosso. So hopefully good luck for them in China. And to finish off with your top 3, as I said, Sebastian Vettel in first, Lewis Hamilton in second, and Valtteri Bottas in third. I was close with my predictions. I said Lewis Hamilton will win, Sebastian Vettel would be second, and Valtteri Bottas was third. And I was just saying Ferrari would have something up their sleeves, which they did that weekend. They won. So, will we see a battle for the championship for both drivers and constructors? Only time will tell. But hopefully, if this is the way it's going to go, it's going to look really good for 2017. Well, top 2 teams. Hopefully Red Bull will start, getting in there somehow. But Ferrari looks like are they back to the winning days? Only time will tell. What do you guys think is going to happen with this season between Mercedes and Ferrari? Do you think it will be Ferrari all the way, or Mercedes, or it will be a battle between Lewis Hamilton and Vettel for the championship, or even Bottas? I don't think Kimi Räikkönen seems like he has the hunger, but we can only presume so. So what are your predictions for China qualifying and the race? And also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe here. Thank you for listening, and this is F1 Fan TV. Thanks. Bye.